Here we are at the HS2 Roadshow in Sacred Heart School, Ruislip.
Hello. Hi, we're having yet another successful day campaigning against HS2 at Sacred Heart Summer Fete. I'm asking you all to look at this document, to find it online or order it from the order line and respond to the consultation. This document is called the Consultation Summary, and inside it are the 7 questions that you need to answer and send off by the end of July, by the 29th of July. So please look for this document and please send it off with your responses. This is your chance to speak out against HS2 and to have your voice heard.
Now, where does this train start from and go to?
The train line starts at Euston, where there'll be 10 new tracks. It ends up at Birmingham and it goes via tunnel, through tunnel until Caraval, and then overground until you get to the Chilterns. And then the line carries on to Birmingham.
So why doesn't it go in a tunnel under Ruislip?
At the moment they're saying it's because of cost that there will be no tunnel under Ruislip.
But they're putting it in a tunnel under Primrose Hill?
Yes, they are. So again, this is another question, you know, you can ask your MPs. You know, why is if we have to have the route, why is the whole route not being tunnelled? Because the percentage terms in terms of the complete spend, it's minuscule, the extra spend for a tunnel, and it can be done.
And do you think this railway line will save a lot of time for people in Ruislip who are desperate to go to Birmingham?
No, it won't, because unfortunately, even if we did want to go to Birmingham, the train doesn't stop here. You have to get on the train at Euston. It's a fast train with no stopping until it gets to Birmingham.
So your only destination is Birmingham?
That's right, yes.
What happens after Birmingham?
Well, at Birmingham, as part of phase 2, then the line will continue in principle up towards the north and then eventually at a later stage onto Scotland.
But they haven't said anything as to when that's going to happen?
No, we are not being consulted on that part of the route. It is only the London to Birmingham route that we are being consulted upon.
How long do you think construction will take on this project in our area?
But I've been informed that it will take about 7 or 8 years to construct the whole line for the North-South corridor.
So, when all these new trains get to Birmingham, how do they get from there to Manchester and Scotland? Where do they fit all these extra trains on the existing East Coast, West Coast main line?
Well, I assume yes. I assume that it will link up to the, or that people will have to get off one train and use the existing network to go further afield.
Right. So you can either get on the train at Euston and go straight to Manchester, or you can get on the train at Euston, go to Birmingham, change trains, and then go to Manchester.
So where comes the saving of 20 minutes?
Yeah, for the sake of 20 minutes. Is it £44 billion for the sake of 20 minutes? And on trains that people will not be able to travel on anyway. Long distance travel is anything to go by at the moment.
And that saving of 20 minutes comes from not stopping to pick up residents from Ruislip or the Chilterns or wherever.
That's right.
Or Oxford or Banbury or anywhere along the line. Coventry even, they're not stopping.
No. Each UK taxpayer will be spending £1,000 on this project whether they like it or not. It is an absolute colossal waste of money in a time when we are in recession and existing rail networks are there to be upgraded.
This £1,000, is that a month, a year or what?
I think that's a kind of cost to each individual UK taxpayer for the one-off, one-off cost. Yes. At the moment, of course, that's based on the existing forecast of spend. Like most of these projects, the cost always increases. It never goes down. It never stays as it originally.
Usually increases, especially on long projects, it goes up usually by at least 50%.
Yes.
So 33 billion is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, yes.
Because we're talking about this track becoming operational sometime in 2020 something.
Yeah, 2022 or something.
2022 or 2025. So heaven knows what prices will be like in 2025. We can't even tell what it'll be like in 2012.
Yes, I mean, and again, the assumptions made about the cost of travel, you know, it's very difficult to understand who will be travelling on these trains. You know, this is a rich man's railway, it's a businessman's railway. I can't see how ordinary people in the UK will be able to afford the tickets based on what people pay at the moment for long distance travel in the UK.
Well, it's supposed to be every 6 minutes, is it?
I think it.
Or 6 an hour.
No, it's more than that. I think it starts off, is it 14 an hour, and then it will extend to 18 an hour once the Y route network from Birmingham.
Did you know that in France, the maximum they've ever managed to run on their service is 12 trains an hour, and they are just now edging their way to 13 trains an hour. And one of the senior engineers at SNCF recently said that 18 trains an hour was ridiculous.
Yes, I mean, as I say, I don't know who will be on these trains and which rail franchises will be buying these. You know,
it's not just the capacity; it's the physical ability to run that many trains on a track. These trains take 3 kilometers to stop. So if you have less than 3 kilometers between them, and one of them has an accident, the train behind it won't be able to stop. So,
I mean, there are so many questions that have yet to be answered, and you know, we urge anybody that has questions to, you know, write to their MPs, to write to the Department of Transport, to ask Philip Hammond, you know, specific questions that they have concerns about, whether it's in their area or whether it's based on the principle of high-speed rail in this country, because there's a tremendous lot of unanswered questions that we are asking, that you can ask under the Freedom of Information Act as well. So, you know, for everyone to get involved and support us, you know, to stop this going ahead and to make government see sense. We do not want it and we do not need it.
I think the time that they've set for this construction is totally ridiculous because, for example, the A406 Bounds Green, that little change in the roundabout area there is now in its 4th year. Staples Corner, after the bomb, took 5 years to get that thing moving again. I can't see it happening. This is not Japan, where they repair a road in 1 day.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Why are you pushing me out of the field?
We're videoing children. I've got it out.
So, yes. It is mind-boggling, you know, much like the images that are shown behind me, you know, the impact on traffic and the construction works, and, you know, local schools are impacted, local parks may have to be used as construction compounds. You know, the school where my children go, and indeed the high school where my children will hopefully go, you know, these are all affected. You know, children will be affected by constant noise, and we know about the research done on the impact of mental health on constant noise, on children's learning and their ability to focus and concentrate. You know, it's absolutely horrendous. We do not want this in our community, or in any community, not when we have existing rail lines that can be enhanced to do the job that HS2 would do. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Right.